Chosen one, you've been through the fire, faced trials that would have broken others, and endured tests so intense they could have shattered the strongest souls. Yet here you stand, not just as one who survived, but one who has prevailed. God placed before you the greatest test, the one that would purify your spirit, refine your character, and uncover the unseen strength within your soul. And you did not emerge by happenstance. You passed this trial on the solid path of truth, perseverance, and unshakable faith. This is your hour, chosen one. The moment to step fully into the destiny God ordained for you. A life of purpose, of abundance, of unbreakable peace. Prepare yourself, because what lies ahead will leave you awed by the divine plan God has for your life. Let's pause to reflect on the test you have just passed. This was no ordinary struggle, no transient hardship, no minor stumble. No, this trial was bespoke, crafted uniquely for you, carrying the weight of divine purpose. It tested you at the very boundaries of your strength, in places where the world expected you to falter, where doubt whispered in the shadows, and where fear attempted to grip your soul. Perhaps it was a season of loss that made you question your path, a betrayal that cut deeper than any blade, a collapse of everything you had built, leaving you among ruins, wondering how to proceed. Whatever its shape, it was never meant to break you. It was meant to transform you. God saw something in you, a spark of light so luminous it needed refining, proving, strengthening in the furnace of hardship. Remember, God does not test the weak. He tests those He calls to greatness. Think of Daniel cast into the lion's den when they said, "May your God, whom you serve continually, deliver you." Daniel 6:16. He emerged because God honored his servant in the fire. Your test was never punishment. Indeed, it was preparation. Not for what you have been, but for who you were meant to become. You didn't pass because you sidestepped suffering or avoided trials. You passed because you faced them squarely, with a heart anchored in faith and a spirit leaning on truth. You didn't curse God in your darkest hour. You did not allow bitterness to take root. You chose to rise, to trust, to keep pressing forward. And now heaven is resonating at your triumph. This test was not only about endurance, it was about character. God was watching. What would you do when the world turned against you? When the odds stacked high? When every whisper said give up? Would you crumble or would you shine? You chose to shine, chosen one. Even darkness itself could not extinguish your light. As John 1:5 says, the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. Your light did not flicker, it burned. Your faith did not waver, it grew. In that moment of victory, you became a living testimony to God's power at work within you. The people around may not yet understand it, but soon they will see the evidence. A life radiating purpose, joy, divine favor. Now, pause with me. Have you ever wondered why your path has been so different? Why your struggles seemed heavier, your battles fiercer, your journey more lonely? It's because God does not hand out his hardest tests lightly. He reserves them for those he has chosen to carry his light into the darkest corners of the world. Consider Moses leading a nation through 40 years in the wilderness, tested by rebellion, doubt, exhaustion. Yet through every trial, God shaped him into the deliverer who would split seas and lead his people. Your test was your wilderness, chosen one. And now you emerge not as a wanderer, but as a warrior, ready to enter the promised land God has prepared for you. Passing God's hardest test doesn't mean you walked it unscathed or that you never erred. It means you chose faith over fear, love over hate, trust over despair. You kept your eyes on God even when the storms raged. Perhaps you cried in the nights. Perhaps you asked why. Perhaps you felt crushed by the weight of the world. But you refused to let those moments define you. You allowed them to refine you. You let the fire burn away your doubts, your fears, your insecurities, and what remained was stronger, wiser, aligned with God's purpose more than ever before. This victory isn't just a blip, it's a turning point. The hardest test was the door to your divine transformation. You are not who you were before. You are renewed. You are reborn. Your spirit now carries a radiance that cannot be ignored, a strength beyond explanation, and a peace that surpasses understanding. As Philippians 4:7 puts it, "The peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus." That is what you are stepping into now, a life where peace isn't fleeting. Joy doesn't hinge on circumstances, and abundance flows because you proved faithful in the fire. If this resonates deeply within you, let it stir you to act. Hit that like button, subscribe, and drop 777 in the comments as your declaration to the heavens that you are ready to receive God's best. Your intention right now amplifies this moment and aligns you with the supernatural favor about to flood your life. But passing the test doesn't mean the journey halts. It means you're cleared for a new level of divine calling. You have proven you can walk through fire, so now God will entrust you with greater responsibilities, deeper blessings, wider influence. Look at David facing Goliath with just a sling and a stone. His victory was not the end, it was the beginning of his regal purpose. Your test was your Goliath. Now, the throne of your purpose awaits you. God is about to fling open doors you never dared to imagine, orchestrate divine connections, and pour out blessings you cannot contain. What makes this victory so potent is how you passed, not on compromise, shortcuts, or betrayals, but with integrity, grace, and unwavering trust in God's plan. That's why the blessings coming your way are supernatural. Malachi 3:10 says, "Bring the whole tithe into the storehouse, and see if I will not open for you the windows of heaven, and pour out so much blessing that there will not be room enough to receive it." You tested God with your faith, and now God is about to test you with his abundance. Let's be honest, the world may have whispered that your test was punishment, that your suffering was proof of failure, but that's deception. Your test was a divine setup, a sacred arena in which to prove who you are in Christ. Every tear you shed, every whispered prayer, every moment you pressed on, that was you passing the test. You refused to let bitterness root. You refused to let anger rule. You refused to let the enemy steal your joy. Instead, you clung to God's promises. And now, those promises are ready to manifest in ways that will astonish you. Visualize it, every step guided by divine wisdom, every door swinging open by unseen hands, every dream you've carried taking shape. That's your next season. You have walked through the wilderness. Now, God is leading you to the land flowing with milk and honey. Your test wasn't about breaking you. It was about building you, revealing your strength, faith, and purpose. You're not just a survivor, you're a conqueror. Let's speak of the transformation unfolding now. Passing God's hardest test has unlocked something new in your spirit. You're beginning to see yourself as God sees you, not defined by your struggles, but destined for greatness. Your confidence grows, not from your efforts, but from an intimate knowledge that the Creator walks with you. Your vision is expanding. You see opportunities where others see obstacles, hope where others see despair, purpose where others see chaos. This is the divine mindset of a chosen one, shaped in trial, now shining with clarity. Like a caterpillar in a cocoon, the process was painful, isolating, disorienting. But what emerges is a butterfly, beautifully free, soaring higher than ever. Your test was that cocoon. God stripped away the old, remade you for flight. Now you spread your wings, and the world will see the beauty of God's handiwork in you. Your life becomes a testimony, proof that no test is too severe when God is on your side. Let's consider the ripple effect of this victory. Your triumph is not solely for you, it's for every life your light touches. Your family, friends, community. They will all feel the glow of what God has done in you. You were never meant just to prove your faith, but to become a beacon of hope. People will look at you and ask, how did they endure? How are they still standing? When they see your joy, your peace, your favor, they will know it was God's power working through you. You're no longer living for yourself. You're living to show others what is possible when you trust Him. Have you reflected on the legacy you are building? Every choice, every step, every moment surrendered to God becomes part of a story that will outlast you. Think of Esther, who risked her life to deliver her people and changed history. Your test was your stand moment. Now, your victory paves the way for others to stand. Your journey testifies that God's plans are good, even when the path is treacherous. Let's talk about the divine favor now flooding your path. Because you passed the test rightly, you are aligned to receive season after season of supernatural blessings. Doors once closed will explode open. Connections you never envisioned will appear. God's favor will cloak you like a shield. As Psalm 5:12 says, "Surely, Lord, you bless the righteous. You surround him with favor as with a shield." That shield is over you now, chosen one, guarding, guiding, unlocking pathways. But this victory isn't just to celebrate, it's to prepare. God is entrusting you with more than you have carried before. Not burdens, but blessings. Not trials, but testimonies. You have proven you can handle the fire. Now, His overflow is ready. Imagine a life where financial miracles arrive without struggle. Relational harmony blossoms effortlessly. Your health and vitality mirror your inner renewal. This isn't fantasy. It's the reality God is calling you to walk in. Take a breath now, chosen one. If this message is igniting a fire in your spirit, if you feel the resonance of victory stirring, hit that like, subscribe, and drop 777 to declare your alignment with heavenly favor. Your act now is aligning you with the supernatural flow of God's promise. Let's speak of the strength you uncovered through the test. You didn't just pass, you grew. Each struggle revealed a deeper resilience. Each tear planted a seed of joy. Each doubt you overcame, another step into unshakable faith. You are not the same. You are stronger, wiser, more attentive to God's voice. This strength is not earned by willpower. It is God forged within you, a divine gift to carry you through every season. Consider Joseph, sold into slavery, forgotten in prison, but every trial served to prepare him for his kingly purpose. His test was not punishment. It was positioning. Your test has positioned you for a destiny that will shake lives. You have been refined, chosen one, and now you are ready to step into the palace of purpose, where God's plans for you unfold in unimaginable ways. Let's speak of the freedom unlocked by passing this test. You are no longer bound by fears, no longer defined by past mistakes, no longer limited by others' expectations. You walked through fire and emerged free, free to live boldly, free to love deeply, free to dream without boundaries. Romans 8:1 proclaims, "There is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus." That is you, chosen one, free to live your full calling unburdened by the world. Your freedom is a gift and a mandate. As you live it, you become a living proof to others. People will watch and they'll see. When you trust God through your toughest test, you emerge triumphant. Your story becomes a testimony. Let me speak now of divine timing. You didn't pass the test by accident. It was exactly when you needed it. God's timing is flawless, and every moment of that trial served to prepare you for the season you are entering. Ecclesiastes 3:1 reminds us, "For everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven." This is your season of breakthrough, your season of favor, your season to step fully into your calling. The test was the preparation. The victory is your invitation to rise. To rise means to live courageously, knowing God is with you, to pursue your dreams with confidence, to walk in a peace that defies explanation. Your test showed you how strong you are, how capable, how deeply loved. Now it's time to live accordingly. Step into the open doors God is placing before you. Embrace the blessings He is pouring out. Shine as the chosen one you were always meant to be. Let's address how others now see you. Before the test, others might have underestimated or overlooked you. Now, your presence demands attention, not by you claiming it, but because God's favor emanates through you. People notice the change. Your confidence, your peace, your faith. They wonder what caused the shift. That shift is God's hand on your life. But the transformation is not just outward, it is spiritual. Your test deepened your intimacy with God, sharpened your discernment, awakened a higher purpose. You are more attuned to His voice, more responsive to His guidance. This is what it means to pass the hardest test correctly. You draw closer to Him, you align more fully with His will, you stand ready to carry His mission. Your life ceases to be your own. It becomes a vessel for His glory, a beacon of His power, a conduit of His love. Now, about the doors before you. Because you passed faithfully, heaven is aligning everything for your success. These aren't ordinary opportunities, they are divine invitations. Perhaps the next chapter is a career breakthrough, a love restored, finances multiplied. Maybe it's a community transformation or a creative calling taking form. Whatever it is, know this: God does not open small doors for His chosen. He opens floodgates. Isaiah 22:22 declares what He opens, no one can shut, and what He shuts, no one can open. That is your authority now. Those doors cannot be closed by any force, doubt, or opposition. Your test was the key, your faith the lock. Now the doors of destiny swing open. Step through them boldly, confident that God has paved the way. Let's speak of the peace anchoring your soul. You passed the test not only to prove strength, but to prove trust. You trusted when the path was obscure, when pain weighed heavily, when outcomes were uncertain. Now your reward is a peace that grounds your soul. This is not a superficial calm. It's a divine peace capable of sustaining you through every season, every storm, every triumph. It is the peace of knowing God is sovereign, that His ways are good, and that you are exactly where you belong. This peace is both a gift and a weapon. It allows you to walk forward unafraid, make decisions with clarity, stand firm in storms. The world may be turbulent, but you are anchored in the unshakable promises of God. As Jesus said in John 16:33, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world. You, chosen one, have overcome through the one who lives in you." Let's speak now of the abundance ready to overflow in your life. Passing the hardest test was never about mere survival. It was positioning you for overflow. God didn't bring you through the fire just to leave you in lack. He brought you through so you would enter the promised land, a life where your needs are met, your dreams manifested, your purpose magnified. This abundance isn't only financial, though that will come too. It's an abundance of joy, of peace, of love, of meaning that saturates every part of your life. Imagine waking each morning confident you're walking in God's plan, each step purposeful, each moment infused with His presence. That is the future God invites you into. Your trial was training, your victory invitation. Deuteronomy 28:2 says, "All these blessings shall come upon you, if you obey the voice of the Lord your God." You obeyed, you trusted, you persevered. Now get ready for blessings to overtake you. Let's reflect on the confidence now rising within you. Passing God's hardest test has unlocked a boldness nothing can shake. You faced the impossible and came forth victorious, not by your strength, but by the power of God working through you. This confidence isn't pride, it's faith in action. Philippians 4:13 affirms, "I can do all things through Him who strengthens me." That is you, chosen one, empowered by God, unstoppable in purpose, radiant with His glory. This confidence will change how you engage life. Where hesitation once ruled, you now move with authority. Where doubt once lingered, you now trust. Where you once felt small, you now stand tall. Others will notice the way you carry yourself, your words, your presence. It will draw respect, not because you demand it, but because God's light shines through you. This isn't selfish pride. It's knowing who you are in Christ. 2 Timothy 1:7 declares, "For God gave us a spirit, not of fear, but of power and love and self-control." That is you, chosen, powerful, loving, tempered by the fire. Let's speak now of the legacy you are crafting. Your test was not only about you, it was for those who come after you. Your victory is a seed planted not just for your children, but for every life that will hear your story. You are not living for today only. You are building a foundation for generations. Think of Abraham, whose faith birthed nations. Your faith through this trial builds a foundation of blessing that will reach lives you may never meet. Your loyalty, persistence, obedience, each step cements stones in the structure of your legacy. People will stare and wonder, how did they keep going? How did they still trust? And your life will answer, you're not just passing a test, you're paving a road for others to walk. Now, let's speak of the divine connections God is bringing. Passing this test has positioned you to meet those who will elevate your calling, mentors, companions, partners, friends. These are not random encounters, they are divine appointments. Proverbs 27:17 says, "Iron sharpens iron." The people God is aligning with you will augment your growth, reflect your vision, and walk alongside your purpose. These connections will hold you, challenge you, amplify your impact. Your test prepared you to recognize them, to embrace them, to walk in their power with discernment and faith. Trust God's timing. The right people are arriving at the right moment for the purpose God has in you. Now, let's recall the peace that anchors your soul. Passing God's hardest test secured a peace that cannot be shaken. It is not fragile, it is deep, rooted in Christ. John 16:33 says, "I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation. But take heart, I have overcome the world. You have overcome, because Christ lives in you." This peace is your anchor, your foundation, your strength. It allows you to face the future without fear, to make decisions with clarity, to walk in confidence amid every storm. And you know this: God is with you. His plans are good, His promises unbreakable. Your test taught you to trust in that peace, to live from it, to let it guide your every step,